Mission Impossible franchise has been known mostly for Tom Cruise and his death-defying stunts. Also, each entry in the series is never really hated by critics or necessarily bad. Each movie seems to get better as they go along. The best ones are probably the most recent entries, Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and most recently, Fallout. My review is on the newest Mission Impossible Fallout. Just letting you know, there's no spoilers in this review. Mission Impossible Fallout is again directed by Christopher McQuarrie, the director of the previous film, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Special thing about this franchise is that each movie is directed by a different person, which makes each movie special in its own way. That's why a lot of people had their fingers crossed when they found out McQuarrie was coming back for the 6th installment of the beloved franchise. And I am glad to say that Mission Impossible Fallout is my favorite installment of the Mission Impossible franchise, and let alone one of the best action movies I've seen in a while, next to movies like Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay. Which is saying a lot. This movie stars Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Rebecca Ferguson, Sean Harris, and Alec Baldwin. Ethan Hunt and the IMF team joined forces with CIA assassin, played brilliantly and with a mustache, by Henry Cavill, to prevent a disaster of epic proportions. Arms dealer John Lark and a group of terrorists known as the Apostles plan to use 3 plutonium cores for a nuclear attack. When the weapons go missing, Ethan and his crew find themselves in a desperate race against time to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. First off, this movie had probably the best action sequences in any recent action movie, let alone the Mission Impossible franchise. I had white knuckles throughout the entire movie. It was exciting and extremely intense. This movie also developed a lot of characters we never really knew much about, including Ving Rhames' Luther and Rebecca Ferguson's Ilsa Faust. Ilsa's character especially, because in the previous Rogue Nation, we knew almost nothing about her. She kept switching sides throughout the entire movie. In this one, we know where she comes from and what her motives are. Her character is now clear on who she is. The plot for this movie isn't too complicated or confusing, but you still need to listen to each word of dialogue because it's all really important. They also showed that the characters have consequences for their actions.
Go, 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 go! What are you waiting for? I'm jumping out a window! Oh, sorry. Good luck.
Christopher McQuarrie once again demonstrates the requirements for a good action movie and made this the best one in the franchise. This is the action movie that's going to be hard to top in the next upcoming years. Tom Cruise's stunts are just amazing and looks so real because it is real, and that's why it's really good that he does his own stunts. This is probably going to be an action classic, which is what the previous installments suffered from, being forgettable. They also suffered from a weak villain, which this movie didn't. This movie made all other action movies look like nothing, like small baby movies. It had such large scope and beautiful cinematography. I had to take a very deep breath after walking out of the theater. It was extremely intense and fun. I suggest everyone go watch this movie. It's the best action movie of the year and probably the best movie of the summer. It's tons of fun and everything you really need in an action movie. I could say it's even the perfect action movie. I can say that there's not really any flaws with this, so I'm glad to say that Mission Impossible Fallout gets an A+. Best action movie I've seen in a while. If you haven't seen it already, go watch it. It's definitely worth it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and comment below on what you think of the movie if you've seen it already. This is Ethan Butler, and I'm out.